Hello everyone, this is Antonio from Random Stuff, and I'm back again with this new video on battery and how to improve the battery on my OG V10 H962 version. As you all know, the device is still not it's not able to root with Marshmallow, let alone Nougat that is out there. If there is a ROM, or if there is a way of rooting it, I will certainly try it and post a video. But until then, I just wanted to make this this recording on battery performance. One of the things, if maybe just the only thing that I hate about the LG V10 is the fact that the battery power is really bad. It's difficult to get through a whole day without having to plug the phone into a charger somewhere. And luckily I'm always close to a socket, so I can plug it in and with this fast charge get it up to 60% within 15-20 minutes, as you all know. The performance of the device is fantastic. I can't complain. I'm very happy. It's very snappy, and I've got no issues whatsoever. Only issue is the battery. I've installed this application. Sorry, it's not an application, it's a shortcut. As you can see at the top here by the moon, if I just click on it, it's just a shortcut to the battery, which you can find in the settings of the device. And this is an area of the settings that I have always seen, used, but never really taken into consideration any of the information that has been presented in here, apart from just going into the screen and looking at how much time I was getting from my battery. And typically the performance has been very bad. I've been getting about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours of screen on time, which is not that great for a flagship device. Very disappointing. Now, with some changes that I've made recently, I've managed to get a lot better stats on the battery and how it performs throughout the day. And some of the things are very simple things that I've done. And basically, looking at the battery usage details here, there were a few applications which were constantly using a hell of a lot of battery. And I never really took them into consideration. I thought, well, there's nothing I can do. I need to have that widget on my screen. And as you've probably seen in other videos of mine, I've got so many widgets. I've got so many applications, as you can see here. At the bottom, I have about 10 pages, 25 apps on each page. Do the maths. There's 250 applications, almost 300 overall. And that's with me having deleted quite a few previously as well. So, there was a widget here that I had, Plume, which was my Twitter client, which I like, but I've decided to delete it and get rid of it because it just uses too much power. Even if I take the widget off, it seems to still run for some reason, and I thought, that's it, I'm going to get rid of it. I got rid of other applications such as Waze for navigation. I got rid of drive mode. Beautiful application, really loved it, but it was just using battery when it shouldn't be. So I'd go into my battery usage settings here, and I would see it in here, and it's really frustrating because I hadn't used it all day and it was just there running in the background for some reason. So I decided to get rid of that. Since I've got rid of these 2-3 apps that were hogging my battery and using battery without me wanting them to use it, I've been getting different kind of stats on my device. So now, typically, for a whole day, I'm seeing on average a usage of about 3 to 6% per hour on average. I'll paste below an image or the actual numbers of a typical day, but to give you a rough estimate, I'd use about 50% now. I use 50% battery throughout the whole working day. So at 9 o'clock in the morning, I could be on 90% of power, and by the end of the day, with moderate use, I'll be on about 44 to 45% battery. So that's about 50% roughly of usage, which isn't bad. It's quite good. I'm very happy to finish my working day with 50% battery, because I know that's going to be enough to see me through the rest of the day into the evening, and then I will plug it in and leave it on charge overnight and start the next day on 100%. Being an LG V10 user, as most of you who are also owners of this device, and I know that we're not that many in the UK, as you can't buy it in the shop. I've bought a couple of batteries from eBay and from Amazon, so I'm always ready with a spare battery, and I can always put one in. I admit that the batteries that I bought for £10, £12, they don't look as good as the original. For some reason they look a little bit more flimsy, but they seem to do the same job as the original battery. I haven't noticed any differences between the battery capabilities of the original and the ones that I purchased. So, you know, I've always got 2-3 batteries ready to use. So if I go for a trip somewhere with the family, or if I happen to be taking lots of pictures, I'm not bothered, because I know I can just take that battery out, put a new one in, and I'm ready to go. And I've always got a power bank with me in case I need it in the car, or to charge in my pocket as I'm walking around the city. So yeah, nothing revolutionary about the information that I'm presenting in this video for my own experience on this V10. But have a look at your battery settings. As obviously as that may sound, you might have some applications in there that you are not aware that are running in the background, and if you don't need them, just get rid of them. And I think if I were to get rid of a lot of my applications, I would probably get a better performance. But as it stands now, I'm quite happy with it. And it's a shame that I can't go to Nougat, and it's a shame that I can't root the device to try one of the stock, want to try one of the AOSP ROMs. But that's just the way it is. At least I can use the device, as it was intended, and it's very smooth, very fast. No problems there whatsoever. So that's it. I hope this video helps someone out there who's having issues with their battery. Look at your battery usage, see what's using your battery, and just delete those apps and delete the widgets that you don't need. I mean, I've got lots of widgets, but they're the ones that I really can't do without. So I read my Flipboard, I read my BBC News, I read the BBC Sport News. I've got my All Goals app that I must have on there to follow all my football teams. I've got my Google Keep widget there, which I've just made small so that I don't display the personal information. And I've got my weather widget that I can't be without. I've got my heart application to measure the steps during the day, and yeah, so the one of the applications that was also giving me a problem was SwipePad, which I've mentioned in the past. SwipePad has gone as well, and everything seems to be working really well. So I'm quite pleased with it now. Hope this helps. Till the next one, take care. Cheers. Bye.